Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom coming to you from Dublin. I'm back for another Eurovision news update. Today I'm going to be telling you all the juiciest Eurovision news from the last week on social media. I'll be wading through that disgusting swamp that is Twitter to pick out all the most delicious gems for you and present them to you. So let's kiki. Okay, so if you've been wondering where my winners video that I talked about previously, where is it? Yesterday, iMovie decided that it was just going to delete it. So the video I've been working on for the last 5 days just got completely wiped. Luckily, the original footage and my graphics are still there, but yeah, I have to re-edit the whole thing. So that's why that video is delayed, because iMovie hates me and it's a total mofo. Anyway, that was kind of soul-sucking thing that happened to me yesterday. I thought I'd do something like this in the meantime because I wanted to put out a video. So we're going to look through some of the things that have been happening in social media in the last week. Let's go for something a little bit less serious. It's Loreen is actually looking for €190 to complete her staging for Liverpool. Tattoo. So yeah, this is obviously a scammer who's looking to con some slightly more naive Eurovision fans. This is posted on Twitter. Yeah, Loreen's official account, I don't speak very good Ukrainian, but I'm pretty sure she has 2 followers there looking for specifically €190, not €200 or 180. 190 is all that is required for her to complete her staging. And you can be part of it if you want. Just contact Loreen official account, definitely a real account. Okay, this week we saw that Teya and Salena representing Austria this year, they actually joined Twitter. So they've been on TikTok before, but they finally signed up for Twitter. They've been posting some funny tweets, but I like this one in particular. Teya saying, also, can we talk about how brutal y'all were when that crystal ball thing happened? Slay on the memes though. So in case you don't know this reference, the crystal ball account was a Twitter account that was leaking a lot of songs and titles and artist participations in national finals and internal selections this year. Me personally, I thought it was something that was funny at the start, but towards the end of the season, I actually started to really resent it because it was kind of spoiling a lot of things. One thing they did leak was a small unproduced snippet of Who the Hell is Edgar, which led the fandom to go into absolute outroar, majority of it being very, very negative. And this is Teya now giving a hindsight tweet about this, saying, look, you were all pretty brutal when it happened. They're saying this with good humor, but still just shows that the fact that these leaks can have when songs are released without the proper context, without people able to explain the lyrics and what's happening in the music video, because it all makes sense when you see the visual package together. So that's one of the reasons I unfollowed that account, which I'm not going to name again because it's a dirty name. But I'm pretty sure the account's actually been closed down. It seems like the community was slowly turning against it. It did spoil a lot of things for me in this national final season. The second follow-up post to this was, no need to defend yourselves. This was us 2 minutes after the leak, lol. Everything happens for a reason. And it shows Salena showing a meme. So yeah, like, they're saying that they took it in good humor, but there's no way that you're not going to stress if the whole community is crapping on your song. So look, this is why songs shouldn't be leaked. But great that Teya and Salena are on Twitter. Okay, another thing that happened was Zarra doing a live performance on, where was it? TV5, I think, based on the little icon in the top corner. I'll probably do a little short reaction video to this. That's why I haven't actually watched the full thing. But interesting that Zarra's team released this live performance a couple of days after Madrid. I actually thought her vocals sounded okay at the end when she did the a cappella with the crowd and she didn't have the in-ear problems, but I think a few people were freaking out because her initial song with the backing track didn't sound the best. There were in-ear problems with everybody in Madrid. So yeah, this was released a couple of days later. I'm not sure if that's a coincidence or not, but yeah, I will probably do a separate reaction video to that once I've done some of my other videos that iMovie will probably just delete. Okay, we have an interesting graphic here posted on Twitter from Cam After the Tim. He did a prediction of who people are going to vote for in the semi-finals. He didn't do the rest of the world, I don't think. I actually have no idea who the rest of the world is going to vote for. I think we need to probably wait and see which countries are eligible. I assume Russia won't be eligible. Maybe some other naughty countries won't be allowed to either. Any countries that have like large call centers where you can like very easily rig a televote by giving a couple thousand euro, they'll probably be removed. I imagine a lot of the Central American countries will be involved. I think they've got pretty decent Eurovision fandoms. But yeah, let's go through some of these. I actually thought the majority he got pretty right. I see that he's got Croatia giving Serbia 12. I've been told by a lot of the Serbians that they don't think that's going to happen. We're going to have to wait and see. There's a lot of people who have kind of negative interpretations of the imagery of a tractor and also of Let 3. So that's not as sure as you may presume it would be. Yeah, my biggest issue was that Austria only got 2 12s. I think it's from Slovenia and Poland. I think they'll probably get a couple more 12s than that. I suggested that UK's 12 will go to Austria this year. Usually it goes towards Lithuania because of the big diaspora. But this year the BBC are actually showing the semi-finals on BBC One, which is primetime television, instead of on BBC Four. So I think there's going to be much bigger viewership than normal. And I think that because of that, you will get a dilution of that diaspora effect. So possibly this year, it mightn't be 12 for Lithuania, it might be 12 for Austria. 12 for Finland from Ireland, that is definitely correct. I'm absolutely sure that Ireland will give 12 to Finland. But yeah, let me know what you think about this graphics. Are there any that you think that he got wrong? Any other guaranteed 12s that you think are going to happen? There's 3 12s there for Georgia. I think that four 12s there for Georgia. I think that'd be great if that happens. I think that's probably a little bit too much. But interesting to see now, will Georgia actually resonate more with Eastern Europeans than Western? That's going to be an interesting thing to see when the results are released later on. Okay, another cute thing. This could be slightly controversial. So Matt Gray, who I don't follow on Eurovision, someone else, he's a YouTuber apparently, someone else alerted me to this, but he did a poll with him and Tom Scott. So if you don't know Tom Scott, he is actually a very big YouTuber. I think he's got 3.5 million viewers. Oh no, whoa. He's got almost 6 million subscribers. I really like him. I actually subscribe to him myself. He does kind of like geography, data, language, sciencey type videos, always very short, very interesting. And then the third person who I don't know, 3 of them sat down and watched all 37 acts. I don't know what order it was in, but they gathered the data together and presented it in a very pretty way with diamonds and stars and circles, which I thoroughly approve of, and a beautiful graph and some coloration on Excel. And you can see the results here. And the winner was Ireland of those 3. So yeah, that was pretty shocking. Good news for Ireland. Nice to see the boys at the top of a list instead of at the bottom of a list. Definitely cheer them up. Denmark in second, Latvia in third, Cyprus in fourth, and Norway in fifth. What an incredible top 5 that would be. Definitely the most shocking top 5 I think I've ever seen. I think all 3 of them are British as well. So yeah, look, some funny results. You know, one of the other shocking things is that Spain were last with an average score of 13 out of 100. So this is the kind of, this is something I've been saying about Spain, is that I just don't know how the general public are going to react to it. I think as Eurovision fans, we have a lot of openness towards these ethnic different entries, but does the average person, it seems a lot of people are finding this very off-putting in how it sounds. Now, I'm aware this is only 3 people. I know I'm not making life-changing decisions based off these 3 random dudes from the UK, but, well, not totally random because Tom Scott's pretty big. But at the end of the day, 3 people is 60% of 1 jury. So it's not like completely and utterly irrelevant, but it is interesting to see how people who are potentially outside of the Eurovision bubble may perceive the songs differently. Azerbaijan doing very well as well. It's really bothering me that they didn't put the rankings down the side. Azerbaijan in 11th, Sweden in 13th. I think Finland was 24th, I counted yesterday. Yeah, Finland in 24th, France in 30th. Serbia in 31st. Oh, Czechia 35th. I know Croatia, yeah, I'm not surprised that they put Croatia so low. I still think Croatia will be high. Croatia's going to be divisive. You're either going to love it or hate it. So that could be a thing with Spain as well. People could either love it or hate it. At the end of the day, nobody votes for their 10th favorite song. They vote for their favorite song. So being divisive is sometimes better. But yeah, anyway, this is just a little bit of fun, but I thought it was interesting. And I'm a big fan of Tom Scott. After I saw him give 25 points to Austria, I had to put bleach on my eyes because I was just not okay with that happening. Anyway, it happened. It's over. I'm going through therapy. Let's look at a post from BBC Eurovision on Twitter. They were talking about who the semi-final performances are going to be. So Rita Ora, Julia Sanina, who's one of the hosts, Rebecca Ferguson from X Factor, Alyosha, Ukraine 2010, and Maria Yaremchuk 2014. So obviously Maria Yaremchuk, if you know me, TikTok is one of my favorite Eurovision songs ever. Oh my god, I love it so much. It was completely and utterly robbed from being first in the running order. So great to see her back, because I remember her announcing her retirement a while ago on social media. So she's obviously active again. Rita Ora, I have to admit, I don't know any of her music. Rebecca Ferguson, I do actually know because I only watched one season of X Factor, and it happened to be the most momentous one because it was 2011 when Rebecca Ferguson came second, and that was the year that One Direction came third in X Factor UK. Sorry, it was 2010, not 2011. But yeah, that was literally like the only season I watched. I never watched any of the seasons after before that. I watched a little bit of the Jedward season actually because they got quite far. But yeah, very interesting. I'm wondering now who is the BBC going to have for the final. I would imagine it's someone big. Is it going to be, I don't think it'll be Coldplay, but I would hope that they've gotten like a big star. I have to admit, Rita Ora for me, she's fine, but I literally don't know any of her music. So I don't know, maybe Dua Lipa is potentially in the final, who knows? And finally, we have an article on Eurovoix. It's about Noa Kirel from Israel. There are a couple of things in this article I thought were a little bit interesting. The first part of it is that she was nominated by a selection committee and she said no, which says to me that they basically just got like a wish list of people that they wanted to sing in Eurovision and were like, yeah, we've chosen you. And then she was like, no, you haven't. I don't want to. I'm actually pretty sure that is what happened. I remember actually doing a joke post about that myself early in the season where she was announced, but she hadn't confirmed it. It seemed like a weird system that they've got that they can kind of rope people in without their consent. And then she also mentioned that in Liverpool, the song is going to be extended by 4 seconds with some changes to the instrumentation. So she's going to do the dance break at the end. I saw a couple of short snippets of her rehearsal of that. I think this is going to be one of the big, like proper dark horses that's really possibly going to jump up the odds when we see the final performance. I think they're just banking all in on this being like a big, huge stage show. I saw as well that her goal is to come top 5. I think they're just going for like a big impact factor here and putting forth something really professional, very similar to Chanel last year. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Anything else happened? I'm sure other stuff has happened, but that's plenty. That's plenty of Eurovision gossip, and I've covered myself in toxic waste wading through Twitter to get this for you, so I have to go decontaminate myself. I'm going to keep working on that absolute mother lover of a video. It's actually killing my soul. I have to reshoot some of the parts of it, but I will hopefully get that out. I'm going to aim for tomorrow, and I have a couple of other video ideas that I am going to start immediately once I have that winners video up, which I'm more excited about and will be much easier to edit. So exciting times coming on this channel. Despite the fact that I was foiled by iMovie, I'm moving over to Final Cut Pro. I just don't know the shortcut keys on it yet. All right, that is everything that happened in the cesspool of Eurovision social media. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up do help my channel. Please do give me a thumbs up. It helps me with that algorithm. And thanks so much for watching. I'm seeing another Eurovision update video very soon. Goodbye.